Hey, Roger Martin here from Buildings Montana. I don't understand why we haven't done better testing and putting people back to work. It's going to take a lot to get this economy back going again. We are in for a big, big surprise if we think that it's just going to magically get back to work. No, there's a lot of small businesses that are going to go out of business at this current rate. There are a lot of small businesses that will not recover from this. There are a lot of people that are going to be unemployed because of this. Small businesses really hurting. And a lot of big businesses, unless they're retail, grocery retail, they're going to be hurting too. This is really a big deal. The economic impact from this, in my opinion, and I'm not an expert, but I can see it in town, is going to be greater than the death toll. Greater than the death toll. Let's see what Nunes says.
And I think you're very right. We need to look at the death rate. Let's see what that's going to do. We need a lot more data. But let's stop looking at the death counters and let's talk about how we can keep as many people employed as possible. That's the key right now, Laura, because if you don't, what you said earlier is correct. When you have people staying at home, not taking care of themselves, you will end up with a hell of a lot more people dying by other causes than you will by the coronavirus.
Senator Barrasso, there was a moment at yesterday's press briefing that a lot of people had their eyebrows raised after watching it. I want to play it for you and get your reaction. Let's watch.
Roadmap also talks about doing GPS for social distancing, maybe following people's phones, and hotels for isolation for people, giving them free hotel rooms. Are those ideas that you're looking at?
Well, the GPS, that's a very severe idea. I've been hearing about it, GPS. So what happens, a siren goes off if you get too close to somebody? That's pretty severe. We're taking a look. I just received it a little while ago. He sent it over.
Well, he's talking about the roadmap to recovery that the former FDA commissioner wrote over at AEI. He sits on a bunch of pharma boards as well, which is fine. But part of that roadmap included a possible GPS tracking, Senator Barrasso, of individuals under these state lockdown orders. Do you support in any way the administration ever going even close to that? The president certainly didn't seem to believe that would be something we would require.
Well, I agree with the president. No, I don't think we ought to go that way. Look, this coronavirus has impacted the lives and the livelihoods of so many. It should not impede on our liberties as American citizens. So I'd be opposed to what they're doing, what the recommendation is. They're talking actually about doing that in Europe. That's been written about as well. I just can't imagine the American people would be willing to do that. I think the most important...
This is just goofy. I'm so sick of these people and their lack of intelligence. Frankly, we need to get back to work. We need to get back to work. This coronavirus, it just released yesterday. A friend sent me a video. Hot air can destroy this virus. Hot temperatures can destroy this virus in the nostrils. Breathing hot air can destroy this virus in the nostril areas. Why aren't we pushing that? And frankly, I'm just fed up. And I think a lot of people are, and I think they get into riots and other things. People realize they're going to lose their jobs, they're going to lose income and other things. People are going to be pretty ticked off before this is done. It's a very risky situation Trump is playing. And believe me, I'm told Trump, and I believe that we should have done a lot. But I believe we should do a lot more in the area of employment. Let's see what this guy's got to say.
Important thing we could do, and you've been really good at pointing this out in terms of jumping ahead of this, is doing the kind of research that's being done with all of these different medicines. There are about 5 different medicines that are being tested, not the old scientific double-blind, give them a sugar pill approach. See what is working in the field, even if it isn't a cure. These are medicines that are available and we know are safe because people have been taking them for years. And even if they don't give a full cure, if they can lessen the symptoms or get somebody back healthy sooner, I think that is going to be the breakthrough much sooner than a vaccine, which even the quickest vaccines can take 2 or 3 years to develop.
Yeah, well, just back to that Gottlieb's roadmap that the White House, Fauci, and they're tight and they really rely on Gottlieb's advice. He basically says we can't go back to a normal life until we have a vaccine. That's basically what he says. That would be not going back to normal life, Congressman Nunes, for 12 months. Which if parents across the country are hearing that, and workers, they're going to be showing up in Washington, even if y'all aren't here, okay? They're going to be coming to Washington to send y'all a message.
Yeah, that's not going to work. I mean, look, the schools were just canceled out here in California, which is, way overkill. I mean, it's possible kids could have went back to school in 2 weeks to 4 weeks, but they just canceled the rest of the schools. So, look, I'm optimistic here. I think that the drugs that are on the market now, look how quick we were able to get this approved, this new malaria drug that you've been talking about every night. There's a lot of optimism here that we have in some of these drugs that are coming online. The vaccines are going to take a while. But look, we have this bill that we just passed last week, $2.2 trillion worth. We have to focus on keeping people employed. I will tell you this, if we don't start to get people back to work in this country over the next week to 2 weeks, I don't believe we can wait until the end of April. I just don't know of any economy that's ever survived where you unplug the entire economy and expect things to go back and be normal. So, the more tests that are out there, the more people that are getting testing.
He said it. I've never seen an economy that's completely unplugged and go back to normal. Quote unquote. It's absolutely right. I'm going to end it there. This is ridiculous. We need to be focusing on getting back to work. Period. Screw the damn virus. Use hot air. Use other things. This is BS.